We're shining our spotlight on Springfield this week in our NLL Spotlight, and joining us in studio is an educator for 25 years for the Blue Devils, Bonita Adams. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for inviting me.
So you're one of the business teachers at Springfield. Talk about your classes and what the messages are that you're teaching the students every day.
Well, I'm a business teacher, as you said, and one of my classes, Business Foundations, is to try to help the kids prepare for a career by helping them to do things that are real-life application. And so one of the projects we're working on right now is a business breakfast and a business lunch, because a lot of times business is conducted over meals, and so the kids are learning business etiquette, the proper way to eat and carry yourself, as well as to have good manners, as well as they're learning interviewing skills.
How have you seen them, the students, react to these real-life experiences?
Well, they really get into it. I also, to put an extra something in there, I invite business people to come to observe them, and they pick which group they think did the best job. And what's really cool is we have a business advisory team, and Glass City Federal Credit Union are sending 2 of their representatives, and one of them is their human resource manager. And what's really cool is she actually was in my class 10 years ago, and she remembers doing this very assignment.
So how beneficial is that you're showing your students, hey, this person did this 10 years ago, look at them now, successful in their own ways. How does that make you feel as an educator to see your hard work pay off?
Awesome. I can't tell you how much it delights me and makes me so proud and so happy. And she did this last year, and she expressed to the kids how much it helped her and how excited she was about being back and observing them doing the very same assignment.
That's a full circle moment and very special for yourself.
Yes.
Thing that we do special here at BCSN is, after these games where we're broadcasting Springfield athletics, we're interviewing the kids from time to time after wins and after milestones that are reached. What have you noticed from your student athletes who kind of have a taste and feel of doing these interviews week in and week out? What have you seen from them as it relates to the business side of things?
Well, a lot of times kids are a little nervous about talking in front of people, so having opportunities as much as possible to get used to talking and expressing themselves with other people listening really helps, I believe.
I know we've had Gretchen Sigmund on quite a few of our interviews.
Okay.
She's a very impressive young lady.
She is. I had her, as a matter of fact, in one of my classes. She's a very great athlete and student.
So along with being a business teacher for Springfield, you are also the African American Club Advisor. And with February coming up, you guys have your annual Black History Assembly. I was wondering, what does that look like at Springfield?
So this year we chose to focus on Africa. It just so happens 2 of our members are actually from Africa. We have an exchange student right now who's from Ghana, and we have another student who's from Kenya. She's not an exchange student, but she's from Kenya. And so they have been sharing things with our club members, and we recognize a lot of people don't really have a lot of knowledge per se about Africa, or they are misinformed. And so we're hoping to shed some positive light on the continent itself and all the different countries that are in Africa, particularly the 2 that they're from.
How beneficial is that you have students who are from Africa teaching your other students what it really is like?
Oh, it's awesome. The kids sit in there and they're asking them all kind of questions like, what about this, what about that? And I had each of them share a presentation that they made up about things about their country, and the kids were like, wow, because they're from big cities, and it's like it looks just like here, because in their minds it's safaris, it's animals. They don't realize it's cities and the people wear clothes, and so it was very eye-opening.
Thank you so much for coming in the studio to talk about your students.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.